Marianne Williamson makes an endorsement. Marianne Williamson endorses Nancy Pelosi's challenger for her House seat this November, Shahid Buttar, who is a Democratic socialist. Big fan of Shahid. Big supporter of his. It's I don't know what his chances are. They're probably not that good, considering that Nancy Pelosi is one of the most popular establishment Democrats and one of the only perceived opponents of Donald Trump, even though she completely enables his agenda. She's a perceived resistance figure. So she's at the top of the heap when it comes to the Democrats in their party. So Shahid Buttar has a lot of work to do. Oh my God. He's got a lot of work to do. But anyways, that's cool to see Marianne Williamson endorse a Democratic socialist. Talk about how Nancy Pelosi, we used to think that she was progressive, and Marianne basically called her out on not being progressive. And so you can go to Marianne's Instagram. She posted a short video yesterday for the endorsement. But yeah, it's like people think Nancy Pelosi's a progressive, which is silly when you think about it. The real progressive in the race is Shahid Buttar, who sponsors Medicare for all. Nancy doesn't. Fight for 15. Nancy doesn't. Green New Deal. Nancy does not. And so on and so forth. So those are the progressive standards now. Okay. And Nancy Pelosi might have been a progressive at one time. But you see, there's something called political evolution. Okay? Ideas change. Policies manifest into new territory, and new goalposts are made. And she's far behind these posts. She's still, thinking that gay marriage is the big end all for being progressive, and that's great that she's for gay marriage and LGBTQ rights. I'm not going to take away anything she's socially progressive on. But when it comes to fiscal policy, working class policies, she's nowhere to be found, okay? And she lacks the progressive clout in this area, and she's getting called out for it. And Marianne Williamson is calling her out for it. So I enjoy this. I like this. Anybody with name recognition should be calling out Nancy Pelosi for her failures on real progressive fiscal policy that she does not support. Nancy Pelosi is this resistance figure that's supposed to be against Donald Trump, yet she enables his entire agenda, gives him whatever he wants. But the perception's there, right? The perception is, oh, she's the resistance figure. Oh, yes. It's a load of crap, man. Most of us know that. So we know who the real progressive is in Nancy Pelosi's district race this November. And Marianne Williamson endorsed him, and I love that. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of her. Like I said, Nancy Pelosi is one of the most popular Democrats. It's going to be really hard to beat Nancy Pelosi. But, grassroots movements can do amazing things. And this would be an amazing thing to unseat Nancy Pelosi in her home district there in San Francisco. We'll see. We got to see if we get Shahid Buttar some momentum going to November. So maybe we can set up some donation links or what have you. But we should all be supporting boots are. It's just great to see, progressives calling out Nancy Pelosi for the progressive fraud that she is. It's apparent to anybody, who's paying attention. Oh, I gotta show you this tree. These crabapple trees are amazing. It's obvious to anybody paying attention that Nancy Pelosi is not a progressive. She's a neoliberal, she's a centrist, she's a GOP enabler. She cares more about bipartisanship with the Republicans than she does with progressives in her own caucus, her own party. We know who Nancy Pelosi is, and it's just a matter of people having the political will to call out Nancy Pelosi publicly. It's a scary thing. It's very daunting because, she's obviously at the top of the food chain when it comes to Democrats. And, you're definitely going after the big guns when you go after Nancy Pelosi. But that's what it's going to take, folks. It's going to take challenging leadership in their failed progressivism. They have failed us. They're failing the working class. And we need more people to call out Nancy Pelosi. Oh, they smell amazing. Oh, it's intoxicating. So anyways, let me know what you think of the video. Nancy Pelosi and Marianne Williamson calling her out. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and I'll meet you in the comments.